Welcome to the Windows and Computer channel, and this is a quick rundown of what's new in the version 1909 or the November 2019 update. So once you have updated your system and I've gone to this new version, you should be at the build 18363.476. If you are there, version 1909, and at this build number as of today, November 14th, 2019, you might say, I don't see what's different. I don't really see what is new in here. And that's because, the front-facing features of this new version aren't really very visible. What you have in this new version, as a quick rundown here that we'll look at what's new, is first File Explorer. File Explorer has been improved to actually be a little more powerful. So, for example, I'm just going to type documents. It will give you suggestions of different things. Now, with a broader look at everything, including OneDrive, it will give you suggestions of, depending on what you type in there, where you might be interested to look for different, whatever you're looking for, files, music, documents, and so on. So this is an improved file search, basically, which is a new experience, basically. So this also will show you suggestions of places that before there were really no indexing of the files, and it wasn't showing up before. So sometimes you would search for something and say, it's not showing up. Yeah, because it's not in the standard folders. And now it actually will point to somewhere where you might have something interesting to look at. If you are using a voice assistant other than Cortana, because Cortana is now separated from search, so of course there's Cortana. And here you see Cortana. So this is the Cortana itself. But honestly, there's also Alexa that can be added to Windows now. And if you use that instead of Cortana, the new version lets you add it on the lock screen if you wish. Cortana could be on the lock screen before. You can add your favorite assistant to the lock screen also. Now, one of the interesting things, and probably what I enjoy the most out of this new version, if you click on the start, not the start, but the quick actions. One of the things that was happening is that you had all sorts of notifications here that were showing up. When you have notifications now, there are new ways of actually showing the notifications and a different way of actually seeing things. So you also have, related to that, if you go into the settings and you go to the notifications and actions, they will give you new ways of having these notifications show up. So now you can have either just a little flyout that will show you, or you can have full notification in the quick action, and each of these will have their settings. So the settings will let you try things and turn on or off the notifications of certain apps, for example. So this is, I can say turn off all notifications for Cortana, and there you go. I don't have these anymore. So that's one different aspect of viewing the notifications. When you click on the time, you now can add an event on this flyout without having to actually go to the calendar. Before, if you added something here, it would open the calendar app. Now you can actually just add it directly here. So for example, I've got an event today. I'm going to say, okay, friend meetup. And you can, from here, choose the time. So I'll say here it's going to happen at 4 p.m. today. And check mark. And it's up to 6 p.m. today. And check mark. and of course add a location, downtown Montreal, and then you click save. You can have more details if you want. Add colors. You see here you've got a little color. You can add the different things depending on what you have in the different calendars and stuff. More details will of course open up the calendar. So that's the thing, that if you need to add more information to it, can happen. But once all of that is done, all you have to do is click save, and it will actually save it in your calendar. You won't have to do anything. It's there, and if you have an alarm or anything, it's going to actually tell you that you've got that that event. This is nice because it prevents you from opening the calendar and having that calendar app all the time in the face. So it's kind of a much quicker way of adding a little something here. There are some performance improvements. The CPU throttling is different. So when you actually are using your computer, if you have a modern CPU, one of the latest generations, there's a different way of actually throttling the way that it's actually using it to improve performance and battery life, actually. So this is kind of interesting for sure. There's a little bit of tweaks in how the start menu shows up, including the way that now there's a panel that opens up automatically on different settings and so on. So if you go and leave your mouse pointer, it actually opens a little panel there. Things like that that are kind of trying to make the start menu a little more interesting and easier to use for most people. If you use narrator, function keys now can actually be learned by narrator, so it will know what the function keys are all about when you do these little things. As for the rest, really there's not a lot to talk about. Lots of bug fixing under the hood. So there's really we really went through what is the major stuff to look at in here, and as you can see, there's really not a lot of it. But it's okay because they're concentrating on making it stable, and I think they've succeeded here and making sure that everything works great. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.